Hello and welcome back to another Beta Boys video. Today we're in a bit of a change of scenery. We're in my kitchen. We've got the GoPro recording and the camera, the new Canon camera. But anyway, enough yapping. So we're going to be going on about solid bags, rigs and overall the stuff that I use. So for starters, let's introduce you to the solid bag. If you're an experienced angler, you already know what this is. Basically, it's a lead with a stem, which then what's going on there? That's a bit jammed. Which then feeds your line, hook, and then your choice of hook bait. So what I want to do first is show you how to do a solid bag. I would just like to bring it to your attention, this is our end result. Let me turn some more focus. Yeah, so this is our main goal. So the solid bag is, as you can see, sealed inside, wrapped around with bait, and you can see our hook bait there. So that is our end goal. Put that aside. So I've got a different number of lengths for my rigs, but I'm just gonna stick with probably this middle length one. So actually keep it on the side. I've got some bait stuck in there. Okay, so our first step is to raise it up slightly outside. Apologies for the weird noises. So our first step of this is to get a solid bag. I am going with the Korda solid bags. Ugh. I apologise for my camera making noises. So we've got our PVA bag, and all we want to do is get some bait. I've got a tub for this. Sorry, I was running low on bait in the bucket, but we're okay now. Put that aside. So we've got our tub. How we want to start off is simply opening up that bag, and with the package you get a scoop. So what we want to do is get a little starter bit going. Pellet, just enough. I'd say about that's plenty. Oh. Right, so I'd say that's plenty. So what I'll do is I'll just rest that up against that. And what I like to do is just pull that around to the front. I realise why that rig's so long, I've got two swivels on there. But anyway, so what I like to do is just hook this through the eye of that. So it kind of sits like that. And then all you want to do from here is drop that into the bag. You want to sit it nice and flush against the back, and you should be able just to pick it up like that, and it sits. What I then do is add my hand for support like that, and you can let go, and then open up that and add some more. So you tend to blow into the bag just to open it up wide enough so then you can get some bait in. So now all you want to do is add a bit of bait until the top of the lead is covered like that. Then what you want to do is take that hooker off, grab your hook bait, and you want to slot it in without wrapping it around the stem. You're going to slot it in with your hook, and you just need to be careful not to hook yourself or anything, but what you want to be able to do is push that deeper into the solid bag. Like so. And then you should see at the top that your line comes like in a loop, so up and then straight back down, just so then your line isn't twisted or tangled. Then what you want to do is just add that extra little bit of bait on top, so you can no longer see your line. So that is done. Then what you want to do is you want to compact it as much as possible. This is a part where it can get a bit messy. You've got to pinch it, push it down. Then what I like to do is just grab the corners. I might have a little bit too much bait in this. Yeah, that's perfect. So I just want to grab the corners, push it down, and then twist it. And then it compacts it, and then all you want to do is just kind of give it a little smack, compact it all down, and then give it one more tightening. So what you can do is you can get PVA string, or you can simply just lick it. So now that is perfect. Camera's not focused. Good take. So that is the solid bag. I'm sorry about the camera. So there we are, that's it. One thing, a little tip of advice to get quite accurate casting with these solid bags is to push down on the corners so they are compacted, and then what you want to do is you want to drag it over and pin it down. Then what you can do is either lick it directly or just lick a finger, slide it onto there and push it down. So I'll quickly do that. So that's one side done. So I tend to just lick my finger because I don't want to risk licking the bag and then have to start over again. And that is your solid bag, all neat, compact and tidy, ready for some good casting. So with these, you can use them anywhere really. I use them quite a bit, as you've seen in videos. They're good for some accuracy, to get a bunch of bait, well, like a handful of bait around where you're fishing. And it's minimalistic, so you're not pumping out a bunch of bait, scaring off the fish and so on. So another thing that you can do with these, what I personally like to do, is add some goo. So I use Corda Goo. I've got a bit of a cling film around it because it's been leaking. What you can do from here is inject it directly around the hook bait. But before you cast it out, get a baiting needle and just poke a few holes around the hook bait along the front. So what wants to happen is you cast your bait, and no matter where it lands, if it lands face down or sideways or anything, it should be able to just roll back onto the lead. So you can demonstrate it on your hand, on your table, and I've got a hook in my arm. I will move it out of the way, but that's what it should do every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the goo in, and I'm going to give you a demonstration of what it looks like. So here we go. This demonstrates how a solid bag melts after being casted into the water. Okay, so that is solid bag. Unfortunately there is like a little mound of bait, so you couldn't see the hook bait stand up slightly, but there you are. The liquid has sat to the bottom while the hook bait is surrounded by a nice helping of bait. So that is a solid bag. Don't know what a flowy bit is. Ooh, right, we're gonna move on. So there we have it, the solid bag, a great and efficient way of getting bait around your hook bait, as well as keeping noise to a minimum and destruction. So there we have it. Right, thank you very much for watching. That is my rigs and my hook baits that I use, and how we make solid bags, and how to set up the rigs. So thank you very much for watching. Next video on rigs, I will show you how I do them. So yet again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we're hopefully on the bank. Peace.